recording is in progress right now. All right. But what I want to do though, I want to share my screen because I need people to see something. Yes. All right. Hold on. How long? Oh no, one participant at one time. A boot. Okay, we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna nah, we're not gonna do that. Then we're gonna kabloop. And once we got the kabloop, then we're gonna do the bop. Bam. All right. What's good? You feel me? It's Stingy again. I'm back with another episode. No, but I want to go over some a transit that recently occurred. Since everybody be keeping up with the transits and stuff like that. If I go to my screen here, we'll see that I'm moving. Let's here we go. Hold on, but I think okay. So this is what I'm saying. Let me edit this though, because I want to edit it. You feel me? And once I edit it, I'll be a merited scholar. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm gonna do my thing though. That's what I do know. But hold on. Uh, uh, us. There we go. Boom. Bop the bam. Oh, okay. I got it. Now let's go share that. All right, so the video is starting actually. Like we gonna check it out and stuff and like that. But I want to talk about the Venus Jupiter. I want to talk about a whole bunch of things that I. But so as you all know, since you keep up with transits and whatnot, Venus and Jupiter just ended its synodic cycle, and it has started another one in the sign of Cancer, where Jupiter is exalted. You feel me? See, Jupiter likes Cancer because Jupiter already knows how to integrate itself into larger wholes of populous groups and stuff and have one common goal with, you know, a collective, be part of larger wholes, just laughter and having fun and shit like that. So when Jupiter, the planet of, that signifies abundance and great, grandiose uh, expressions of whatnot. When Jupiter comes in with Venus, you feel me? When Jupiter and Venus come together, it's a great feelings of love or the awareness of or pleasantries. I'm gonna say pleasantries. The great feelings of pleasantries, uh, desire on a sensual level. Um, but Venus is more of the awareness or the unawareness or the awareness of the unpleasantries and how we relate or how we socialize or compromise and be in harmony with you know the other person, the other being, entity, spirit. you know when Jupiter comes with Venus, you feel me, it's a great grandiose abundant feeling of you know love, laughter, friendship, sisterhood, the pleasantries, the luxuries, the comforties, the good feeling. But it's a polarity to it though, because Venus can also talk about how we're emotionally unsatisfied with how we relate or our partner or things of that nature. So when Jupiter comes up, it can explode that, expand that. It can make it great feelings of it. And when I mean great, I mean big. You feel me? It could be big feelings of um, you know, losing out on love or finding love, being in friendship, you know. Mm, there is a rebellious nature, a redemptive nature, a fighting, battling spirit nature with Jupiter, you know. Uh, love could go through, I'm not gonna say transformation, but it can go through, you know, there could be a redemptive quality behind fallouts in love, you know, redemption as far as Jupiter, there's wisdom that is expounded upon, you know, from experience. That's what Venus, that's what Jupiter represents. Jupiter and Venus and a water sign of Cancer. Cancer is about the familial, it's about the those ties to the past, you know, of remembrance and memories, you know, and it expresses itself, you know, especially with Venus there with the people that you know, you shared these moments with, you know, when my anecdotal experience with this Venus Jupiter and what I believe this Venus Jupiter synodic cycle is going to tell about for me is, you know, my cousins from back home, my family from back home, you know, getting back into touch with them and relating and having fun and friendships and doing activities with that. That's how it expressed itself for us. You know, there's a multitude of ways of how Venus Jupiter expresses itself. For you, it might express itself in, you know, there's a redemptive quality, there is a fighting and battling spirit to get that sense of creative expression out in yourself, in your own life, you know, and how you artistically express yourself or sex, you know. There could be a redemptive quality to how you go about relating and having sexual pleasures with, you know, your partner, marriage partner, you know. Uh, it's all about the pleasantries, Venus, heart, the good, the comforts, the luxuries, the sensuals, the um lust could be attached to it. You know what I mean? Lust as far as, you know, what we find pleasurable. I keep saying pleasant, you know, pleasant, pleasurable, pleasantry. I keep on saying that, but that's what Venus represents. It's the good feelings, or it's the good taste, smells, sensual touches, you know. It's all of that. Um, Venus, Jupiter, when Venus on its cycle of Venus closing with Jupiter, you know, in somebody's life, you might feel that uh there is a breakthrough or rebellion when it comes to love and and relatability in how you deal with your partnerships, you know. Um there's like I said, Venus Jupiter comes with great feelings of, you know, the the comforts and relatability or the discomforts and relatability, you know. And it could, and but ultimately it is the thing of there's wisdom extracted behind the experience, you know. With Venus closing its synodic cycle with Jupiter, it could say that a relationship has, or a relationship, or the experience, the one part of the experience in this relationship is ending, you know, and it calls for a new period of growth and evolution, um, and higher learning when it comes to how you deal with relationships or your relationship, you know. Venus Jupiter tells us not to be too scared of the closings of these these contacts and these friendships, you know, but that there's wisdom that comes from it, you know, that you're gonna find a group, or you're gonna find, you know, a community that resonates with you. You know, you go through the hardships and the, or the great, you know, that great feelings of pain or great feelings of goodness, you know, is to go through it. But Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. It likes to deal with integrating others inside, you know, and having joyous moments and reflecting with larger groups, you know, especially when it's in Cancer, like I said. Um, depending on what house the native might have Venus Jupiter transiting in, might determine its expression a little bit better, greater. Uh, I'm not gonna get into all this with five, what house it's in five. Mm. Venus Jupiter expansion in how you express yourself as far as stylistically. Uh, there is a rebellious nature to how you. There's an ending, or there's an ending to how you express yourself. There's some type of wisdom of what went wrong with how you express yourself creatively, stylistically. You know what you put on, what's your style. You know, it all calls for some type of um, wisdom of experience and knowing, you know, and really broadening the horizons. That's what Jupiter tells us. It's a quick little anecdotal experience and awareness of what's going on in the collective, as above, so below. If it's happening in the collective, it's happening somewhere in the native's life as well. Venus and Jupiter are starting a new synodic cycle that is going to take place till, oh, I'm not even sharing. I am sharing this. So I'm sharing this. But and this Venus Jupiter is gonna go on to. I'm gonna go a year ahead. Let's go. Venus right there. I don't know. I wanna go a year. What do you got? It's 2025. Let's go a year ahead. We went a year ahead, and Venus had passed up Jupiter. That's waiting on 2 weeks. But this is gonna go on till Venus Jupiter is gonna happen to June 11th. Venus Jupiter is gonna happen so June of early June of next year. You know, keeping aware of these cycles will let you understand where you are, give a greater perspective of where you are in life, even keeping these cycles in mind. Let's go back to where Venus had conjoined Jupiter last year, where and try to reflect to a time where you were last year when Venus had conjoined Jupiter. What might be ending? What do you think has ended from this from the culmination of this time? And I'm gonna bring it into account. So I believe it was May 18th of last year, uh, middle to late May of last year when Venus had conjoined Jupiter. Where were you at? I was just, it's probably been like 2 weeks. I had just started, you know, um, I had just connected with the person on a romantic level or on a friendship level. I'm saying on a friendship level. I just connected the person on a friendship level. Uh, and then I took note where I was when Venus had ended the cycle with Jupiter. Venus, Jupiter had ended their synodic cycle and where I was. And I took note of that. And I believe this all could help you get a foot and a grounding on where you are as far as taking note of the transits and stuff like that. And if there's more, you know, ambiguity and confusion around it, get at me. Uh, I can break down the language a little bit and try to, you know, demonstrate, have a conversation. This is what this is about. let I consult read a reading practice, this is what this is about. And I'm actually thinking about really charging because free just sounds like what am I what you're I can go to anybody for free. I can go to anybody who wants to learn astrology and try to get a reading from them for free. I feel like if I were to charge, it'll probably put more uh it'll be more serious. Um but I wanted to start off doing free readings to let others know that I actually find this like as the way, so being paid from this, being paid from what I love to do, I don't really necessarily seek it out, but it's, you know, but shit, I gotta grow too. And if learning how to construct a business practice is part of my growth, then that's what that is. But get at get at eye on a stingy read on IG, will be in the link in the description. Um, right now I got the account set private on Instagram. And I'm kind of getting acclimated and back into, having a social media presence and stuff like that. But I do take this serious and I do want to talk to, the people and see what they're doing, see where they're going, and kind of allow for some direction, you know, and give my perspective on things and connect, give my mind on things because I don't do that as often in the real, concrete world as I want. But get at me. Thank you. Thank you for your time.